Hello everyone, welcome to XALT Ministries. Today my name's Wyatt, and today we're going to look at My Life is in You, Lord by Gardner. This song was actually requested, so I'm going to do this song, and I'm going to do it in the key of G. The chord sheet that I have attached below in the description is what I'll be using. However, I will be adding a couple extra chords to it that I learned personally when I started playing the song quite a while ago. So before we get too much into it, let's take a look at the chords we'll be using, because we're going to have quite a few different chords. Most of the time it's chords that are used once throughout the song, and then you repeat, and then other than normal key of G chords. So let's get to those real quick, and we'll see what chords we're working with. Alright, so let's take a look at all the chords we're going to have to learn for this song. We have a G, we have an E minor, an A minor, a C, D, F, I'm going to use an F6 and an A minor 7. I believe that's it. Okay. So let's start off with the basic 4 for key of G. We have a normal, we're going to just use a normal chord, so normal G. So we have a 3, 2, open, 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 3. Let's go from here to the E minor. So it's going to be an open, 2, 2, open, open, open. And then C chord, normal C chord, is going to be a mute 3, 2, open, 1, open. If I'm going too fast, that's okay. You pause and rewind. D chord is a mute, mute, open, 2, 3, 2. And then our last one that's all the 4 for normal G. So we have those 4 plus. We'll have a normal E, which is an open 2, 2, 1, open, open. A minor, take all 3 of these fingers, move them down 1, mute top, mute, open, 2, 2, 1, open. A minor, as well as an A minor 7, you just take off your ring finger and there's your A minor 7. So the cool thing is, here's your A minor 7, here's your A minor, and here's your C right here. A minor 7, C. Whoops, this one. So A minor 7 is going to be a mute, open, 2, open, 1, 0. And I believe the other chord we have is an F. F6 in this case. I like this because it keeps my fingers kind of together. And that's going to be a mute, 3, 3, open, 1, open. I believe that's it, because I have G, E minor, C, D, and then E, A minor 7, and F. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so those are going to be all the chords. If you know those, great. If not, go back and start practicing going between chords. Specifically, I know in the song it goes from an E to an A minor, and if you do choose to use the extra chords I include in the song, you'll be going from the A minor to G, E minor, and C quite a lot. So there's those chord progressions to practice. Anyways, let's go back to the rest of this and take a look at some strum patterns. Alright, so now that you have our chords down, strumming pattern is something you can take quite a few to do this song, and I mean that by meaning you can use a variety for this song. The one that was requested sounds like this. Let's see if I can get it right. And I mean with the song it sounds like this. No, the problem with that strum pattern is, and I put it right there, is you can see, if you can notice my hand, it is moving a lot. Like the point where, like, if I go any faster, I'm going to start missing things because my brain literally just can't keep up. So I use a different strum pattern. I will try to describe it in the best way possible. I'm usually pretty good with describing and interpreting strum patterns. But the chords for the song, if we're to look at, say, the verse, because it's really like 2 stanzas to this, so we can just call it a verse and a chorus. In reality, I would say it's going to start out on the chorus because you say that most. And that's going to be the first stanza, which is "My life is in you, Lord," and that's usually played on a G. My life is in you, Lord. E minor. My strength is in you, Lord. C. My hope is in you, Lord. G. In you. D. It's in you. Okay. That's the normal way this song is played, so it's going to sound like this. My life is in you, Lord. My strength is in you, Lord. My hope is in you, Lord. In you, it's in you. So that's the strum pattern I use for this. So I have, it's going to be a 1, 2, and 4 and. It's going to only be a half measure. So you have 1, 2, and 4 and. 1, 2, and 4 and. 1, 2, and 4 and. That's going to be the strum pattern I'm going to use for this song. If you want that in a down-up, it'll be on a down-up pattern up here. I highly recommend you learn how to use numbered. It will keep you so much more organized when someone asks what beat you're on, especially if you have a drummer or a bass guitarist that's following along. It's so much easier to be able to say, hey, what beat are you on? And you say, okay, well, these are the beats that I'm down strumming. This is what I'm up strumming, and then they can be able to coordinate with that. Now, when I say with that, I usually add more chords. We're going to still concentrate on just this chorus stanza for a moment, because this usually is just a G and then to an E minor and to a C, G, and D, and that's usually the end of it. However, the version that I was taught or that I learned how to play had an A minor put in it on all 3 lines. So if you look at the chord sheet, where it says my life is in you, Lord, it's my life, G, is in you, A minor, and then Lord is back to the G. So they throw an A minor in there, and they do that for all 3 of those parts. So where you have my strength is in you, it's A minor, Lord is E minor, and then my hope is in you, A minor, Lord, C. So it will sound a bit like this. And I actually changed my strum pattern just a little bit on the A minor. I kind of emphasize it. And you'll see here in just a minute. My life is in you, Lord. My strength is in you, Lord. My hope is in you, Lord. In you, it's in you. My life is in you, Lord. My strength is in you, Lord. My hope is in you, Lord. In you, now praise. But see, so that's how it goes. I like it because it makes it a little different. It gives it a nice little emphasis on it. It's really cool. So what I'm doing is I'm going my life is in, and so I have, and then I have that down, up, down. So in my opinion, if I think I'm doing this correctly, I'm going from a 1 and a 1, 2 and 4 and to a 1 and 2 and 4 and. So I'm putting another and in there for that instead of that. So if I can do this right, my life. Yeah, that's it. That is what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm actually doing 3 different strum patterns, or 2 different strum patterns per the line, if that makes sense. I'm doing the original, then I switch to I push the extra and then I go back to the original. See here. So I have that first one, and then the second one. First one, second one. So it's actually just I have the one strum pattern, I switch to the other. So if you wanted to, you could actually combine these and call it a single strum pattern. That's perfectly fine. So you can see I do this strum pattern. But notice I only do that when I do the A minor because it's in you, it's in you. I don't do that double. I could do it's in you, it's in you. I could do that if I want to, but I don't like to. So there's a strum pattern. You can put that together if you want, or you just say use 2 different ones. It's okay. That's what I use personally. Now let's move on to the verse, which is I will praise. Starts off in a C. Now I'll praise you, D, with all of G, my life. C. I'll praise you, D, with all of G, my strength. And then we're going to go to a D, with all of my life, G, to an E, with all of my strength, A minor. And then we go to an F. I'm going to use an F6 in this case. All of my hope, A minor, is in U, D. And then we're going to do a quick switch from C to G. And I'll show you what I mean. It's going to be like, it's got a lot of hymnals actually use that. So let's look at this, and I'll praise you with all of my life. I'm just going to go through slow. Now praise you with all of my life. Now praise you with all of my strength. With all of my life. Now, when I did this with my worship team, we did a thing with the drumming with, we usually did, with all of my life. Like our drummer would do a, and then with all of my strength. And then, so it was kind of cool. It developed some dynamics. So we have with all of my strength, boom, boom, with all of, oops, with all of, and with all my love, with all of my strength, boom, boom. All of my hope is in you. So I do that other strum pattern. So if I go through it, I'm just going to go through the whole thing. My life is in you, Lord. My strength is in you, Lord. My hope is in you, Lord. In you, it's in you. My life is in you, Lord. My strength is in you, Lord. My hope is in you, Lord. In you, it's in you. I'll praise you with all of my life. I'll praise you with all of my strength. With all of my life. With all of my strength. All of my hope is in you. And so that's that C to G. Anyways, that's pretty much how to play My Life Is in You, Lord by Daniel Gardner. You can do different strum patterns too, however it fits your needs. You can do it with the extra chords, without the extra chords, however you want. With the extra chords, you'll be switching a lot more, so it'll help with your chord transitions. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with more videos.